Welcome to Live from Jacksonville. This is going to be the longest episode I think I've put out because I have three amazing guests. Well, actually four because two are together. I have Whitney Cummings, the amazing comedian who's coming to town soon. Nick Fradiani from American Idol, who's starring as Neil Diamond in the touring show A Beautiful Noise, and also Diana Markovitz and Lily Snowden from the Amp St. Augustine and the Ponte Vedra Concert Hall will be on a little bit later on. A few shows have announced since the last episode, including Cody Johnson on Saturday, July 25th at ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, and at the St. Augustine Amphitheater, Men at Work on Friday, July 17th, and rising country star Ty Myers on Thursday, October 8th. As I mentioned, I'll be speaking with Diana and Lily a little bit later on in the podcast. But first, my first guest is a comedian that I've been a fan of for a very long time. Whitney Cummings will be in town on Saturday, April 11th, and I had the chance to chat with Whitney just a few days ago. Before we get into the tour, I feel like there's a 15-year overdue thank you that I owe you.
I agree.
I was a massive fan of both Two Broke Girls and your self-titled sitcom, and I just want to thank you for both of those shows. I just felt like for those years, I was having so much fun watching TV.
Oh, gosh, that's so nice. Yeah, that was definitely sort of a Rumspringa, like kind of the glory days of being able to make jokes before, you know, things went a little bit wild. And there was kind of a backlash against risky comedy. But I feel like that's coming back a little bit. The pendulum is always going to swing, you know, in extreme ways. And that was definitely a really fun time. Now everyone's like, that was problematic. It was like, oh, grow up.
Kat Dennings was already on my radar a little bit, but I had never heard of Beth Beers until Two Broke Girls, and now I'm a massive fan of both. And you as well were already on my radar, but man, I just really got a nice education of who you are and what you do from those shows.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. That's so cool. Kat Dennings is brilliant. You know, I think that, you know, she was already, you know, like a movie star, but TV tends to make stars, you know, so there was a lot of opportunities to hire people that were already very established. But Beth Bears came in, she, you know, I don't think she had really done anything. And she was just the best person for the job. And luckily CBS and Michael Patrick King, who I did it with, was like very, they let us take a risk and not hire someone who was already famous and just hire the person that was the best for the job. And she just walked in and it was like, well, that's her. That's what we wrote. So she's a beast.
And now she's wrapping up 8 years on The Neighborhood with Cedric the Entertainer. What a start you gave her.
Yeah, I really should be getting commission on that, but, you know, don't remind me.
And maybe Tim Allen owes you, too, for shifting gears.
Yeah, don't you think? You all owe me money and thank yous, and I mean, I'll be sending an invoice shortly.
Well, I am here to give you your flowers because you deserve it.
That's so kind.
Whitney, I've never seen you live in concert, so I'm super excited that you're coming to Jacksonville. What's the current tour like?
Oh, God, I'm so funny, dude. It's like kind of crazy. No, I don't know how to answer that question. I'm consumed with shame at all times. But what I will say is that I've done 6 stand-up specials. I've been doing this for 20 years. It's the coolest job on earth. And I think that what happened, you know, with the pandemic, obviously, you know, where you are, it probably didn't last as long as in California where I am, where it was like people are still wearing masks in their cars. I think for me, I was a little bit overdue for an evolution and a software update, and I did have a kid, and I'm just excited for people to see sort of not only like a really funny show that doesn't lecture anyone on how to vote or talk about politics without jokes, that I am coming with some new insights. You know, as a mom, anyone who's, you know, has kids knows it's a little bit different, and I think that because of it, I have better insights for people that don't have kids. And now I can sort of fully relate to and jam out with people that do have kids. Because I think that, you know, as I was, you know, in my late 30s, it was like, no, a lot of people that are coming to see me have kids, and I'm still talking about, you know, dating DJs on Tinder, and they just, how are they going to relate to this? So I'm just excited to be able to show everyone this kind of like new level.
It's fun to watch you be a mom on social media.
Oh, man, thank you. I never know if I'm like doing too much or too little. People are like, oh, you're putting your son on social media. Like, yeah, there's nothing else to, what do you mean?
Yeah. And I think, you know, someone that's been around the business for a while, your audience is growing with you and they're going through the same thing. So I think what you're doing is perfect. And I've been in this business for about 30 years and I've seen it with coworkers on the air, like taking their listeners along for the ride.
I really appreciate that. And look, if it's not for you, that's also fine. You're allowed to not like me. I feel like we're at this time where, like, if someone isn't obsessed with somebody, we're like, you should like, and I'm down for feedback. I'm a comic. If people don't think something's funny, I'll change it, So I read the comments. Like, if something's going in the wrong direction, like, I'll course correct it, So people are allowed to have their opinions. There seems to be this trend now where it's like, comedians, we should have First Amendment right. But then when someone's like, I don't like that joke, we're like, but you shouldn't have it. You don't have free speech, just me.
The whole country is a mess. The whole world's a mess. And that's what's fun about going to see a comic.
It always was a mess. I think now we just see it more, So yeah. I think all we can really do is laugh,
Absolutely. What do you like better? Do you like writing for your for your tours, or for like maybe a roast, or for sitcoms? What's your favorite?
Oh man, stand up always. The other stuff is like really fun to do, and but always comes from stand up. Like, you never really know how something is going when you're doing those. When you're in front of a bunch of strangers, that's where the electricity is, and you don't have to wait 3 months for it to come out to see if people like it. It's like right there in the moment. You're all in a flow state together. You come off stage, you're like, we were just in like a mass hypnosis together, and the time where it seems everyone's so divided. They're not. We're not divided. We all have way more in common than we don't. And if you go see a stand-up comic, sit in a room with 2,000 people, like, you'll see, like, we're not that different.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of stand-up, so really looking forward to your show. It's Saturday, April 11th at the Jacksonville Center for the Performing Arts, Terry Theater. Before I let you go, and I know you're super busy today, how's your pickleball game coming?
Dude, I am so confused about whether I'm good at this or not. It's so hard to tell because I'm so good at it. And then I'll be like, this is easy. And then I'll start sucking. And I'm like, like, you really have to keep on it. It's harder than it looks. Like, the name makes you think it's stupid and you don't have to try hard, but it's actually hard.
Well, keep at it. And I'll keep following you on your socials to watch you getting better and better.
Thank you, dude. I really appreciate it. I hope you get to make it to the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, the show is Saturday, April 11th at the Jacksonville Center for the Performing Arts, Terry Theater. Whitney Cummings, I know you're super busy. Thank you so much for your time today. It's a real pleasure for me. I'm a big fan.
Thank you. Okay, we'll talk soon.
Full disclosure, I will not be at that show because I'm actually going to Tortuga Music Festival this year, but it slipped my mind while we were chatting. Okay, the Florida Theater is staying busy as always. Comedian Ali Wong is coming Wednesday, April 1st. No fooling. Taj Mahal and the Phantom Blues Band will be at the Florida Theater on Sunday, April 12th. Taj Mahal, if you're not familiar or if you've never seen Taj Mahal, this is a show you should look into and possibly not miss. I think it's going to be an amazing night. The Peppa Pig, My First Concert Show, hits the Florida Theater on Thursday, April 16th. The Florida Theater presents country music legend Crystal Gale at the Ponte Vedra Concert Hall on Saturday, April 18th. More on that show a little bit later on. Bill Murray and his Blood Brothers are coming to the Florida Theater on Sunday, April 19th. An evening of Alton Brown on April 22nd. And the amazing One Night of Queen performed by Gary Mullen and the Works. I saw this show last year and it is absolutely phenomenal. Get tickets for these and other shows at floridatheater.com. A couple of big shows coming to ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena on April 10th. It's Eric Church. Country singer Hardy will be at the arena on Thursday, April 23rd. And Monday, April 27th, it's the legendary Barry Manilow. All these shows are online at arena.jacksevents.com and tickets available at ticketmaster.com. The Thrasher Horn Center has comedian Jeff Foxworthy on Thursday, April 23rd. Tickets for this show are selling really, really well, but there are still seats available at thcenter.org. 5 Jacks and Riverside has Everclear on Thursday, April 23rd. Get to 5jacks.com for tickets. And the FSCJ Artist Series has A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical, running April 14th through the 19th. This touring show stars American Idol Season 14 winner Nick Fradiani, and I had a chance to chat with Nick about the show a couple of weeks ago.
I'm doing well. We're in, right now we are in, where the heck am I? I'm in San Antonio right now, so we got some nice weather, which is good.
That reminded me of a scene from The Simpsons where, I forget the band, but they had to look at the back of their guitar to say what city they were in.
Well, I'll be honest with you. We do a scene in the musical where we go to a different, he's kind of the arena scene where Neil's going from city to city, and at the end of it, I say thank you to wherever we are, whatever city it is. And I'm always so paranoid I'm going to say the wrong city because we are in a different city. We've been in like 60 some odd cities. So I go up to our band director and I say, we're in, I'll say the city named him. He's like, yes.
I get that.
I'm always paranoid of it.
I'm not going to call out the A-list country singer, but there was one here in town recently. Well, actually, it's been a few years now, but he kept calling us Tampa, and we were all like, is he drunk or was he in Tampa last night?
Unbelievable.
Hey, before we get too far into the interview, I want to ask you how Sammy's doing. I saw your dog had got hit by a car, I guess, right around New Year's.
Yeah, December 30th, and that's so sweet that you saw that. Yeah, he's doing great. It's crazy. He went through 3 major surgeries. He broke his leg, most of his hip region, like his pelvis, and had stomach surgery. It was pretty extensive, but he's kind of at like a full recovery already a month and a half later. Like he's in rehab and stuff. He got out of the hospital about 15 days, and then he spent 4 weeks of kind of doing rehab and stuff, but he's doing fantastic. It's kind of shocking how dogs can recover quicker than humans can. Just thankful that he's all right. So thank you for asking.
Absolutely. Does he travel with you?
No, he doesn't. He was in New York City. It's kind of too tough because a lot of the places don't take animals, and we do have some dogs that travel with people on the tour, but with my schedule and everything, it wouldn't have been fair to him. Like I wanted to take him, but it's too much.
You did the Carousel of Hope benefit back in October with Neil Diamond. How was that for you?
Oh my God! I mean, that was pretty crazy. I mean, it was a last minute thing. We were in Memphis performing the show, and I knew that he was doing this gala in Denver, and he was considering maybe trying to perform. He was going to give a speech, and he was accepting an award, and there was talk that he wanted to maybe try to perform. And I had some mutual friends that were booking. Over time you'd meet a lot of the same people through different things, and I knew the people that were doing the booking for it, and they said, your name has been brought up by Neil and his wife that maybe if you could come, he would consider performing if you were up there with him. And so I just messaged his wife and said, listen, I can get out there if, I could make it. So I only missed like one show of the musical. So basically I did the show Friday night, woke up at 3 a.m., flew to Denver, and performed with him on Saturday, and then flew back to Memphis Sunday and did the shows. So it was pretty crazy, but it was a really awesome experience. I got to sit with him in his hotel room and kind of rehearse the song, go over it, talk about Sweet Caroline, and talk about guitars he's played, and it was something I'll never forget.
So, Nick, I'm a massive, and I mean massive, American Idol fan. So I've known of you ever since you won season 14. I like to follow. I like to follow the careers of the winners because I am just such a dedicated fan. What's it like for this kid who wins American Idol to go on and get to do? I mean, this Neil Diamond project is a passion for you. I've seen interviews where you talked about contacting your agent and becoming like an understudy and working your way up to this thing.
Well, thank you for following along, and it's, as you've followed all the different winners. You know how many of us have such different trajectories and go on such different. You have some people that you have your Carries and your Kellys and these massive stars and then you have other people that kind of have great careers, and some people that struggle, and it's a constant, like, you're always trying to find your footing after it. And I was kind of going through that. I mean, I was lucky enough to be able to always perform, and it was a career for me after Idol, which is kind of the goal. But, it was getting difficult, and I was just so lucky to have found theater in 2019, and that's kind of taken me on a cool journey. And then, this in particular was like kind of meant to be, and it's kind of given me this second kind of wind, even on my own, selling a lot more tickets on my own, doing my own stuff because of the Neil stuff. I mean, I think it shows how many fans Neil has, but his fans have kind of become mine too. I've gained so much of a different following, so it's cool to have the Idol thing and now also have this Neil thing happening for my career. It's helped out quite a bit. But yeah, this one's been life-changing. I mean, it's been going on. I've been involved with this for over 4 years now.
Wow.
And then this will be it for me. I'll be done in July. But it's been definitely life-changing and pretty awesome.
That kind of brings me up to what my next question was going to be, and that is life after A Beautiful Noise. Is there anything already in the works, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, life after A Beautiful Noise. That's a weird thought because it's all I've known now for so long. But I mean, definitely. I've been writing a lot and recording on. We had a couple layovers. We had about 4 weeks of layovers in these 2 years, as well as I've taken some vacations and basically all I did on my vacations was go home and record. So I have about 6 songs recorded and a bunch of songs written that we want to go back in and record. And so the goal is to kind of go back and do my own thing for a little bit again. I think for theater, it would have to be the right fit for me to want to do something else right off the bat. I do think I will get back into it because, I mean, really been doing theater ever since right before COVID and all the way through. So I would imagine I'll do it again, but it's got to be the right thing for me because I do miss, kind of doing my own thing and performing as myself. So yeah, I'll probably just get back into the studio. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's another. I mean, I turned down. I was offered to go do the show in Australia, but I just was not able to. I was just so exhausted, and Australia would be the minute this ended. I would have had to have gone to Australia, so I decided to not do that. But I know that there are possibilities of other countries doing this musical, and I think I'll always kind of get the call from our wonderful producer Ken. So I think there's also a world where maybe after a year there's somewhere in London or somewhere in who knows where in Europe where they're doing this musical that I might go back and try it again just for cause I don't know, I just can't imagine it going away fully for me. So I do think there will be another time to do this show as well.
Well, coming off the Oscar-nominated Song Sung Blue, maybe there'll be a Beautiful Noise, the movie.
I know. Well, you never know, but yeah, it's amazing. I'm very thankful for that movie because that's also given us a boost, I think, and also just Neil. I mean, he deserves it. I'm glad to see him getting all these accolades, and he's seeing it all. To have the movie take off like this, and the musical, especially on the road, has just been kind of selling like incredibly well. So performing to millions and millions of people over the last few years, I think just his music's getting out to all different people now. Different generations are learning about him, and just beyond Sweet Caroline, because he's had so many hits and written so many hits for other people. So I'm really thankful that he's getting to see all the love.
That's a really good point because a lot of times, a lot of artists don't get their flowers until after they're gone. Right. They don't get to see the adoration.
100% right.
I cannot thank you enough for your time. As I told you, I'm an American Idol fan. I almost get starstruck whenever I get to talk to an American Idol alum of any kind.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm excited to get to Jacksonville. I've performed at this theater when this will be my 3rd time. I performed during the Idol finale. I mean, the Idol tour, I believe, came to this
Yes.
theater. And then I performed in A Bronx Tale, the musical in 2019 here, and now coming back a 3rd time. And I have my first cousin, who I'm very close with, Kevin Marr. He lives in Jacksonville. His 2 sons were going to be there, and his wife, and some. I've been looking forward to Jacksonville for a long time, so I'll have a lot of family there, and so I promise you will get an amazing show. So please come out and check out A Beautiful Noise.
I literally just got my Neil Diamond shirt in the mail yesterday, so I'm all ready.
Love it.
Well, Nick, thanks again for your time. We look forward to seeing you here in Jacksonville, and safe travels. Tell Sammy I said hello.
I definitely will. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. I'm such a geek. All right, finally, the Ponte Vedra Concert Hall recently went through a massive renovation, so I invited Diana Markovitz and Lily Snowden to join me in studio to talk about the renovation as well as April shows for the concert hall and the Amp St. Augustine. We're joined right now by Lily and Diana from, well, I guess I should say the AMP, but also the Ponte Vedra Concert Hall. What do you guys call the group?
SJC Cultural Events, Inc. It's the 501c3 nonprofit organization.
Wait, are both of those venues nonprofit?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Yep, we're operated by a nonprofit organization, yes.
So all these years I've been doing good and didn't even know it?
Well, you've been doing good, but it really became a nonprofit in October of 2023 when we separated from St. Johns County as a government entity. So we've either been, owned and operated by St. Johns County. We were a cultural events division up until October 2023 when we separated and became our own nonprofit organization.
Okay, so you've been there going all the way back, not counting the time you were away. When did you start there?
2014.
2014. And Lily, how long have you been there?
April 14th will be my 1 year.
1 year. Okay, I have to ask this question, Diana. Does Lily know the story about what you did for me?
I don't think she does.
I got to tell you a really, really cool, quick story. I'm a Duran Duran fanatic. I tour to see Duran Duran. I have since 1987. I've seen them like 70 times.
Oh, wow.
They were going to be at the AMP St. Augustine, and I was going to be on a cruise at the time that the tickets went on sale. Mm-hmm. So I called Diana, and I'm like, if I give you my credit card number, can you get me some seats? I don't care where they are, just anywhere, in the theater. So she said, yeah, no problem. I go on my cruise. I get back. I email her, did we get tickets? She's like, yeah, you're all set. So I didn't ask where or anything like that. I get there that night. I get my tickets, and they are, when I say dead front row,
wow.
I've seen Duran Duran 70 times, and they were by far the best tickets I've ever had.
Oh, my gosh.
And so I still feel like I owe you that gratitude.
My pleasure. My pleasure. That's what we do. We kind of make these experiences happen, and that's what fuels at least me and my excitement for this show. And what we do is just that Beatlemania.
Yeah.
Where people just kind of lose their marbles over
Absolutely.
their favorite band.
That's me.
Yeah, it's contagious.
Duranamaniac.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. We got so many great pictures from there, and I made some of them into black and white and blew them up on canvas.
Very cool.
So they're just these really, really cool pictures of us like right up there with the band. So it was awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite show you've seen there yet, Lily?
Oh, well, Billy Strings is a classic.
Yes.
It's always a great show. Recently, I saw Tedeschi Trucks Band.
Was that your first time?
Yes.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Because they've been around. Obviously, they're from here.
Yes.
So that's cool.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Diana, do you have a favorite show that you've seen at the AMP?
I mean, there've been, it sounds, trite, but there's been so many that really have just kind of blown my mind. But I think some of the funnest ones were, Pitbull was one of the most fun I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was a Super Bowl party. It was dancing and it was confetti and it was just so much energy and so much fun. And then you've got the opposite of that where you have a band like Slow Dive come in and where it's just beautiful and it's just set this ambiance, where everybody's just in the zone and in the moment. Like Krungaben was the same thing where everybody's just kind of transfixed on what the band is playing.
Yeah.
And you look around and everybody has this shared moment together where they're just in this moment.
It's funny, as you were saying that, I was thinking about the fact that there may be people in Jacksonville or North Florida that have never been. Mm-hmm. I hadn't been until it, I guess, reopened with Little Richard opening it up. And I went to that show and I was like, this is where I need to be for the rest of my life. Wow. That show was amazing. The architecture of the roof, I guess you call it a roof, of an outdoor amphitheater. But I guess it's designed so that no matter where the wind's coming from, it kind of like goes away. It's such a beautiful, beautiful theater, which is easy to create a beautiful experience with.
Thank you. We're really proud of it. We are incredibly honored that it's on state park land because you're surrounded by this gorgeous, Florida native flora and fauna, and then you see birds flying. Sometimes you might see a raccoon. But it really just sets the tone for this really great outdoor experience that I think a lot of people aren't used to when they go to a music venue.
Right. I think the only other thing close to it is Red Rocks that I've been to myself. The sunsets at the amphitheater are amazing. I mean, no matter what time of year it is, you just get these amazing views of the sunset.
Thanks, Ami.
Oh, yeah.
And I really love, I guess I'm going to call it new, but it's not super new, but that area to the front where I guess they call it the porch.
The front porch.
Yeah, the front porch. And then also the area off to the side that they do the meet and greets. And there's like a little, what do you guys call that area?
The Amp Choice area.
The Amp Choice.
But yeah, the front porch is a lot of fun. We've been working on a lot of like pre-parties.
Yeah.
And we just entered into a partnership with Turtle Box. So they're going to supply really great sounding outdoor speakers on that front porch.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it really creates this pre-party kind of atmosphere because we want people to come out and just have a good time right before the show, during the show, and then, after the show, they just leave feeling really, really good.
It's cool because you can tailgate without being at your car. Like you can go be with like-minded people who love the artists that you're going to see. And it's just a lot of fun.
Totally. And like Lily was saying, Billy Strings, I mean, you've got Shakedown Street happening.
Oh, yeah.
You want to talk, what happens at Shakedown Street?
What is? I don't know what Shakedown Street is.
What's Shakedown?
Shakedown Street is where all these vendors come and basically set up almost like a farmer's market, but for tie-dye and grilled cheese, yes, and burritos and crystals and all kinds of fun stuff. So can
people go to Shakedown Street if they don't have a ticket to Billy Strings?
Yes.
Because I know all 3 of those shows have sold out.
Yes.
So I feel like I'm teasing people if we talk about it and they can't go.
No, you definitely can. Probably bike or walk there.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, because you can't park in the lot unless you have a parking pass for the show, which is very limited.
That's why I say thank God for that lodge next door.
Yes.
Because
Lodge.
that's a great, if you get there a little late, that lodge usually has some parking spaces.
Yes, so should be a lot of fun. And our parking lot is sponsored by Beaver Toyota. And we love our parking lot. It's not only a place to put your car, but it's a place for community and gathering.
I love that.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay, I want to talk about shows coming to the AMP, but before we get there, let's talk about the newly renovated Ponte Vedra Concert Hall. I haven't been in it yet, and I cannot wait. I think this Friday night, by the time this drops, this will have already happened. But Wayne freaking Newton at the Ponte Vedra Concert Hall. I was going around telling everybody, I'm going to see Wayne freaking Newton. Except I didn't say freaking. Tell us about the renovation and what people can expect at the new building.
Well, certainly we're thrilled that it's opened. It was a 14-month renovation, so it took a while. $12.9 million worth of renovation, and a lot of that includes, we had a capacity increase of 25%. So we we can go between a standing or seated venue. A lot of people ask us, well, why is it? I don't want to be standing. I want to be seated. That's great. We now have a loft section where there are always permanent seats. So if it's a standing show, there are some bands that want to have a standing, kind of pit area. You can sit in the loft. We also have balcony seats now. So our capacity increased by about 25%. So seated, it's around 683 seats.
Wow.
Standing, it's 1,100. And that's some of the biggest change is what it feels like on the inside. It is very, very different. If you were there previous, it had a feel to it. It was a former Baptist church. It had high ceilings. There was a lot to it that really kind of was reminiscent of that time in the 1980s. This is a completely different venue. When you walk in, it's a complete transformation.
A different vibe. I saw so many great shows there, including Tiffany. And I don't know if you were there for that or know about that, but she came off the stage and walked through the crowd while performing, signing autographs. I saw Living Color there.
Yes.
One of the best shows I've ever seen. Like, it's so personal and so intimate. And so I'm really happy for this renovation. I can't wait to get in there and check out this venue because something like that was needed at the beach. I felt like a lot of people didn't get the venue when it was what it was. But I think now people are going to be like, oh, this is a viable place to go see a show.
It is. I mean, it's an experience because we also offer like enhanced food and beverage. So we'd like to encourage people to come out for a dinner and a show.
Oh, cool.
And Lily can talk about some of the amazing stuff that we offer as far as our food.
Yeah, our food and beverage director is actually the owner of Sunday Gathering Table in St. Augustine. His name is Ed Baltzley. And his food is amazing. We're doing like shrimp and grits and oyster sliders.
Ooh.
Yes, it's all very North Floridian. We try to locally source as much as we can. So we like to keep it, in town. It's all very, very, very good. I've had most of the menu myself, and I love all of it. So
I think I will have most of the menu on Friday night. I just eat like that. I'll take one of everything, please.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. What else is new and different from before?
We did install our L2D L-Acoustic sound system, and I would say that is a huge, huge game changer because the sound is really perfect. You can hear every instrument in the band, and it sounds amazing in there. I've had a lot of musician friends come out and tell me that, it sounds completely different, and it's outstanding.
I'm so excited. I was looking earlier. Part of my job as the promotions director is to kind of keep an eye on how things are selling. Sometimes I'll reach out to a venue, a couple weeks out and say, hey, do you need some help with this show or whatever? And I was looking at Maren Morris, I think the second night. There's literally like one seat left, except for the standing room. So that show's doing really well. I cannot wait to see some of these shows in the newly renovated Ponte Vedra Concert Hall.
Well, and that's what's really cool. You'll see someone like Maren Morris, and she will then move on to the St. Augustine Amphitheater and then move on to an arena. I mean, Maren is just that kind of star, that rising meteoric star.
Yeah.
So this is your opportunity to see her in a really intimate setting where you're up close and personal, where, someone might hop off the stage and say, hey, I'm going to come sing in the audience, just like Tiffany did.
Yeah, exactly. And then afterwards, if they stick around, it's easy to just get a little bit of time for a picture or whatever. When I tell you guys how much I love the venues in this market, it's the reason I started this podcast, and I'll mention some other venues maybe throughout. I hope it's not stepping on toes.
Rising tides lift all ships.
Right, exactly. I want everyone to do well because that brings more great talent here. So I'm super excited to get to the Ponte Vedra Concert Hall and check it out. Speaking of which, is there anything else we want to talk about the new renovation before we go on to what's coming?
I mean, I think once somebody comes on site, they'll realize the full transformation that happened. I mean, we've got 2 gorgeous outdoor terraces. Like I said, we have new balcony seating. We have the loft seating. Our parking lot is completely redone, landscaped, cool. Everything. I mean, it's just everything has been transformed.
And we have a ton of new bathrooms, so there is never a line.
Nice. That's important. Yes. That's important to let people know about.
And the other thing is the Kookaburra has a coffee outpost there. So you can go in there and go grab coffee anytime during the day, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Sunday. And come in, have a cup of coffee, maybe sneak a peek at the venue.
I did not know that. And that's another St. Augustine company, right?
It is. It is.
That's awesome.
We also have them at the St. Augustine Amphitheater.
A few months before it opened, maybe a year into the renovation, or I don't know how long it took, but there was a drone video. Do you remember? Like going through the construction? I don't know who shot that or where that came from, but it got me so excited to see all the things that were happening inside the building.
Yeah, he did. Brad Gleaton, Aerial Dad, did a monthly drone footage for us, and it really helped keep that excitement going while we're closed for 14 months.
Yeah.
And to see that transformation, because people, you can talk about it, but it's not until you see it where you really are going, wow, that's completely transformed.
I was going office to office telling everybody, you got to pull up the website. You got to see this drone video. It's amazing.
Thanks, Ami.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's talk about some of the shows coming to the Ponte Vedra Concert Hall in April. You guys have the band Perry on April 8th. This is a band that's kind of going through a revitalization right now.
Yes.
Were you a big fan of them? Because you're younger, a little younger than.
Yes.
I'm not going to ask how old you are, but have you seen them before?
Yes, I actually saw them recently in Jacksonville in November.
Oh, that's right. They were at the beach, right?
Yeah, they were at Seawalk Pavilion. I believe. Yeah, it was really fun. It was a really fun show.
I'm really looking forward to seeing them. I haven't seen them in a few years.
Yeah, and I did grow up listening to them too, so that was really fun.
So you know all that stuff. When I die young. I love those guys. So you guys have Jimmy Vaughn coming on April 9th. He was with the Fabulous Thunderbirds. The Fabulous Thunderbirds are coming on April 14th. Could we not just schedule them together? Do they play together at all anymore?
I don't think so.
Yeah, not to my knowledge.
Wow. I saw Stevie Ray Vaughan back in the 80s opening up for Huey Lewis and the News. And then like the next year, the Fabulous Thunderbirds came to town.
Yes.
Like I said, this was way, way back when. Jimmy Vaughn is amazing.
He is great. He's fantastic.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
that's
really good.
That's what we like to say at Ponte Vedra. We'll have between 130, 150 shows a year. So you'll see all kinds of genres, like we love that rock. We love Americana, bluegrass, jazz, blues, all of it.
It's why Billy Strings has sold out 3 nights. I mean, it's incredible. Crystal Gale, oh my gosh, April 18th.
That hair.
I know, the hair. Talk about legend.
Yes.
I mean, legend. Are you guys excited about that show?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other, you have these people that are either on this rising, trajectory in their career, or they've gotten to a place where they've played those big arenas or they've played those massive halls, and they said, you know what, I want to go and do something intimate, like Crystal Gale doing an intimate show at Ponte Vedra, Graham Nash coming out and doing an intimate show. We have just like 10,000 Maniacs and Steve Earle. And Bruce Hornsby. Bruce Hornsby playing, so close to where you're seated. That's incredible.
It is incredible. When I was, I think, in 5th or 6th grade, Crystal Gale played the Jacksonville Agricultural Fair. That's when the old Coliseum was here.
Oh, wow.
And I saw her there as a little kid.
Yeah.
And now I get the chance to see her again. Yeah. It's amazing. We mentioned Maren Morris, April 27th and 28th. And both of those shows selling really, really well.
Yes.
So pvconcerthall.com not org.
Nope. PVconcerthall.com.
.com for all those shows. Are there any other shows coming to the Bonavista Concert Hall that I didn't mention that you want to talk about?
Mountain Grass Unit.
Oh, yes. Mountain Grass Unit is coming on April 11th.
I think it is the 11th, yeah.
No, that's Daniel Donato. We'll have to edit that out.
Oh, yeah. No, I saw Daniel Donato. I don't know why I didn't put that on my
Yes.
list.
Daniel Donato is coming to the concert hall on April 11th, which is going to be a really fun show. And Mountain Grass Unit is coming on April 17th.
Okay.
Yes.
I should have put everything on my list so I was a little more prepared.
No worries.
So, again, pvconcerthall.com for all those shows. And there are so many amazing shows. It's going to be a fun time. All right, let's talk about the amp. I used to say I was married to the amp, but I cheat with Daly's Place. So now the Daly's is a little on a 2-year hiatus. I'm completely faithful to the amp.
Well, thank you. Thanks for coming back.
Of course. Well, she's been my spouse forever. I love the amp so much. Like I said, with the Little Richard show, I just fell in love with that place. I just feel like when I'm there, I'm home. So let's talk about some of the shows coming in April. You guys kick off April with 4 sold-out shows, 3 nights of Billy Strings, and then Santana.
Yes.
Kudos to you guys. I saw Billy Strings for the first time. It was 2 years ago now. I went to Louisville, Kentucky for the Bourbon and Beyond Festival to see, guess who? Duran Duran. But Billy Strings happened to be there around the same time. And so I became a fan. You're obviously a fan, right?
Yes, I am.
Do you have a special place in your heart for bluegrass or for that kind of stuff?
I do. I actually, a few years ago, I didn't know who he was. And I used to work at the Florida Theater. And so I had asked Kevin, hey, do you know anyone selling any Billy Strings tickets? And he said, yeah, I think I do. And so I went for the first time having no expectations, no idea who he was. And I just fell in love with him. So
that's exactly what happened with us at the festival up in Louisville. Like I had no idea who he was. I had a friend that worked in radio up there in country radio, and she's like, you're going to love this guy. And she's right. I was like, whoa. At the time, I had not seen Brittany Howard either. She was scheduled to play the Florida Theater right before COVID hit, and I was super excited. I asked Kevin, can you please bring Brittany Howard? And now we'll get to that, but I'm going to get to see her at the Amp St. Augustine. April 9th, it's Dwight Yoakam with American Idol winner Chase Beckham. Solid show. I have to say, I'm not going to see Dwight at the Amp, because the next night he's playing Tortuga.
Okay.
And I'm going down there.
Very cool.
That night that he's playing the Amp, I'm going down the night before. This will be my first year doing 3 nights of Tortuga.
Wow.
So I'm super. Yeah, he's opening up for Post Malone.
Okay.
So that should be that should be a fun show.
Yeah.
So Dwight Yoakam and Chase Beckham on April 9th. I'm a crazy Idol fan too. So that's why I'm super excited about that one. April 12th is Taste of St. Augustine. Tell me about this event.
Taste of St. Augustine is brought to you by Epic. Over a dozen local restaurants come out and sample all of their food. It's a really cool setup around the amphitheater because it's a bowl. So you can get to go to restaurant after restaurant after restaurant and sample all of their fantastic foods. It's a fundraiser for Epicure. And then it starts off with the Race to the Taste, which is a 5K. It's super fun 5K. And then you end up at the amphitheater and you get to sample all this wonderful food. But it's an example of the community events that we have at the amphitheater. We're not just concerts.
Right.
We love to have community events. As we say, it is a community space. We have that farmer's market every Saturday morning from 8:30 to 12:30 where it's free to come. You can just come out and listen to some live music if you want on our front porch. Sample, local food trucks, but also grab your local produce and goods. Taste of St. Augustine is an example of the community events that we like to hold at the amphitheater. In addition to we have high school and college graduations that happen there. So it's really
cool.
Yeah, it's great to have students walk across the same stage as somebody like Dwight Yoakam has played, or Brittany Howard or somebody has played. They get to walk across that same stage. But the amphitheater really, and the concert hall, serves as community spaces for a lot of events. And we love that. We love that aspect of it. We want everyone to know that these are 2 venues that service St. Johns County.
I didn't realize you guys did graduations.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's
definitely.
cool. And it's interesting that you would have a food tasting in a bowl. I get the irony there.
Yeah, it's a food festival. So come out if you want to have a good day of trying out good local food. Come out to Taste of St. Augustine.
I haven't been to a farmer's market there yet, but I know how huge they are, the Riverside Arts Market. How's the farmers markets on Saturdays there?
Oh, my God. Amazing.
Yeah?
Yes. You should definitely try to make it down there.
I know there's a lot of farms like in Hastings or in that area. Do you guys get a lot of the farmers from there?
Yes. I would say, within 100 miles? the farmers come.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's amazing. We get 3,200 people a Saturday.
Wow.
800 an hour.
Yeah.
That's
So-
a great way to start a day in St. Augustine.
Yes, it's amazing. And our bars are open during that time. So you can have a mimosa and walk around and look at the farmers market.
Or maybe a Bloody Mary.
Or a Bloody Mary.
If you don't drink mimosas.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad to know that because I haven't really been to St. Augustine as a tourist in many, many years. I need to get down there and do that because there's a place called, I think it's called Pizzali's. Or is it Pizza
Yes.
Alley?
Pizzali's.
Pizzali's, yeah.
Yes.
I love going to Pizzali's for dinner. It's just
Yes.
a great little place. So I need to plan a day in St. Augustine. What am I talking about? I absolutely have to plan a day in St. Augustine. All right, you guys have Trace Atkins' 30th anniversary tour coming on April 16th. What a fun show he puts on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, are you guys country music fans in general?
Well, we just had Tracy Lawrence and Robert
yeah.
Earl Keen over at Ponte Vedra Concert Hall, and
Yeah.
it's such a fun vibe. People are excited. They dress up for the show. They sing along. They get up and dance. So country music is a lot of fun. We've had Brad Paisley play a few times at the Ponte Vedra. At the St. Augustine Amphitheater.
yeah.
Huge show. So we love it. We love having country acts come.
Lily, you're probably not old enough to remember. I was at WAPE or the Big Ape for, 17 years.
Oh, wow.
Before we came over to Gator Country, and now that's been 20 years ago.
Whoa.
So I grew up on pop music and listening to that. I worked in a record store as a kid, but country music's kind of like coming home for me. And ever since we've been here at Gator Country, I just feel like, because I grew up on Hee Haw, around my house, like if the Rifleman was on or something like that, it was like, everyone be quiet. My dad was so country. I grew up on a dairy farm, so that's why. You guys have Foreigner come on April 17th. Is that show sold out?
It's pretty close to it.
think
Usually,
yeah.
people get pretty excited about that.
We're super excited about that one. Super excited because Lou Reed's with them. Not Lou Reed, but Lou Graham.
Okay, I was
Yes.
like, Lou Reed.
The look on your face is like, wait a minute, what? Lou Graham, because Lou Graham's the original lead singer, just that voice you recognize. And I think he's going to be on, they're going to do the 4 album in its entirety, and then like a greatest hits after that.
Yes.
So that's going to be a really, really special night. And I think this is their last tour, right?
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
You never know. They feel like they come back. Robert Earl Keen just came out of retirement. Was just like, I'll play again. Like it's hard to give it up. It's addicting. It's fun.
I think George Strait officially retired about 4 years ago, but he keeps doing festivals and rodeos and things. So there's always a chance to see. But if you're a Foreigner fan, do not miss this opportunity because this will probably be the only time you'll see them with Lou Graham, not Lou Reed. The WrestleMania tour, April 24th. I'm excited about this because I'm a huge Russell Dickerson fan. I've seen him so many times. His energy on stage is unmatched.
Is it? That's
Absolutely. And I think Dash is with him on that show.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love the name, the WrestleMania tour.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun.
The merchandise opportunities are like endless.
Oh, yeah.
Totally. And when an artist brings fun like that, it's just, like I said, it's contagious. You want to have a good time. And if you don't have a good time, you are just not in the mood to go to a show.
And Russell Dickerson's one of those artists, like when you go see him, you're going to a party.
Awesome.
Like it is going to be an absolute party. All right, April 26th, Alabama Shakes. So I'm a huge Alabama Shakes fan. I cried when they broke up, but I'm a huge Brittany Howard fan. So as I mentioned earlier, I missed her at the Florida Theater during COVID. Caught her with Billy Strings in Louisville, and now they're back together and coming to the Amp St. Augustine, and I'm super pumped.
Me too. I can't wait. Did you see her on the Oscars the other night?
I did, of
Yeah.
course, during the Center's performance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was her, and also Shabuzi was on stage with them, so it's kind of nice to get a little glimpse of both.
Yes, and Kingfish was on stage as well, and he's coming to the concert hall in
A few days.
a few
in March.
days.
In March.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't think I caught that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That was a great performance. I feel like they should have given Brittany a little more time.
Yes.
Like maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
To just do her thing.
Just the whole show.
She's so amazing. I feel like she's one of the unsung heroes. I mentioned Living Color earlier, and their guitarist, Vernon Reed, I think is one of the most underrated and underappreciated guitarists ever. And I just feel like Brittany Howard is just so amazing.
She is.
So we got tickets for that show too. So I'm super, super pumped that you guys have Alabama Shakes coming.
It's going to be a powerhouse show.
Oh my God, it's going to be amazing.
No doubt about it. Is there anything we didn't cover that you guys want to talk about for either venue?
I mean, you know it all.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
nailed
like,
it.
Yeah, you're.
Well, I don't know it all. You guys know it all, but I do know some of the great shows that are coming that I want people to know about that maybe they didn't.
Thank you.
Again, I mentioned before we started recording, that's what this podcast is all about. It's just letting people know like how many great venues and great shows that we have. I think for me, Jacksonville is like the music capital of the South. I don't know any other city, even in Florida, that has as many venues as we do.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate. We were actually just named by Billboard magazine the top East Coast amphitheater in the United States. Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Yeah. It's a huge honor for us, and it just, you know, like I said, we love the fact that bands are looking at North Florida.
Yeah.
You know, 10 years ago they weren't. They were bypassing us. They would go from Atlanta down to Orlando, down to Miami, and that would be it. So for them to make us another stop, you know, and all the venues that are here in town, it's just fantastic because we're getting on the radar and more bands are starting to come through and say, yeah, I'll stop there. Yeah, I'll play there.
It's funny, growing up and working at WAPE through the 90s and early 2000s, we were seeing most of the shows going to Orlando, Atlanta. I would travel frequently to Miami or Tampa or wherever to see shows. And now in the last 15, 20 years, like it's just all these great venues have come, including the little venues like Five and Riverside and Decca, like all these great little venues, as you mentioned, artists that are coming up now have a little place to go and find their audience here in North Florida. And I just want to spend my whole life just like shouting like how great it is to come play here.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ami. Thank you for being so like excited about it. I mean, we're naturally excited about it. It's our jobs.
Yeah.
But to see that, like to feel that energy and be able to say, hey, come experience this for the first time or for the millionth time.
Right.
I mean, I met a couple who'd seen Boston 30 times and just kept coming back to the amphitheater to see him again. It's something that, you know, can transform you.
Yeah.
That can take you from a real bad mood to a real good mood pretty quickly.
That's the thing is when you go to a concert, like everything else can kind of wash away for a few hours. Troubles with work, relationships, whatever it is, you're just in this zone with all these people that share this love for what you're doing. It's why I fly all over the place to see Duran Duran, because I meet new Duran fans and we become friends on Facebook and we have this community. And I totally get fandom, whether it's of an 80s pop band or metal or whatever it is. I get it and I appreciate it. And that's why I want everyone to know what's going on here.
Well, thank you. Thank you
course.
so much
Thank
for
you.
chatting with us and telling us, you know, being on top of all the shows. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for coming up all the way from St. Augustine. It could have been a phone interview, but the quality is so much better in studio.
Yeah.
No doubt.
But it's more
Lily,
fun to be in studio for sure.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely. So Lily and Diana from the St. Augustine Amphitheater and the Ponte Vedra Concert Hall, thank you for coming in and being on the show. We'll have to do this again maybe in 6 months or so when some new shows are announced.
That sounds good. Thanks so much, Ami.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
By the way, I did get to the Ponte Vedra Concert Hall for that Wayne Newton show. I'm sorry, Wayne freaking Newton. It was amazing. The concert hall is amazing. It's so beautiful. You have to get down there. I mean, just get to their website, see what's coming, and commit to getting out there. It's a lot of fun. That's going to do it for this episode. On my next episode, we'll be joined by Long Island medium Teresa Caputo, and we'll tell you about any newly announced shows and let you know what's happening live from Jacksonville.